Zilliqa is about to do something pretty amazing. So Zilliqa can reach as high as 10 cents in the next coming few weeks or even months, but you have to understand right now the altcoin season is actually developing pretty fast. So this is one of the reasons why these prices might actually get reached in a very short period of time. So this is one of the reasons why you just definitely have to be on the lookout, and you definitely have to be very vigilant. So if you take a look at the current price of Zilliqa, right, we are around $0.028, and today is a little bit of a down day in comparison to where we are coming from, because we are down by about 4.2%, and obviously the market cap is around 324 million US dollars with a 24-hour volume of around 60.9 billion US dollars. So it's really a little bit underwhelming, but of course in comparison to where we are going to be at in the next coming 6 months, you guys are just going to be blown, and this thing is actually going to do tremendously well. So in comparison to the past 30 days, right, so if we click on 30 days, because I really want you guys to like take a look at where we have been coming from, and we have had like these significant amount of gains, and we have been gradually gaining much more momentum, which is very interesting. And finally we are at the crossroads where the bulls have to determine the direction, because of course apparently the bears are losing steam and they are letting go, which is a very good thing. So if we take a look at the 24-hour volume, right, for the past 1 month we have been steadily increasing the 24-hour volume, which is actually a very good thing, because obviously volume precedes price action, and in this particular case, right, the more volume that we get, the more buying power and the more the prices are going to be doing tremendously well in comparison to where we are coming from. So all in all, I am super bullish about Zilliqa, and you guys have been hearing me preach about Zilliqa for like a very long time, because in comparison to where we are coming from, right, the all-time high was obviously around 23 cents, and we are chilling right over here, you know, slightly below 3 cents. So if you do the math, right, 3 cents and 23 cents, come on guys, it is a no-brainer. And you have to remember that Zilliqa has got decentralized finance, that's one, and there's actually more people staking Zilliqa and people earning passive income. So in comparison to Ethereum, Cardano, plus all these amazing projects, right, Zilliqa is actually way too undervalued, and we have like a lot of growth to do. We have like a lot of room to grow, which is very good, especially from an investing perspective, especially to people who are looking forward to multiplying their money like I am. So obviously this is like a no-brainer. So if you take a look at the past 24, you know, gradual 24-hour trading volume increment, right, we have been steadily multiplying the figures like crazy, from around 36.6 million US dollars all the way to the current price, which is around 63.2 million US dollars is the current 24-hour trading volume, which is very good. So now let's talk about the price charts, because it's very important for us to like look at this from a technical perspective. And if you can just look at this, right, we are looking at the weekly chart of Zilliqa, that's Zilliqa/USD Tether. So just looking at this particular price chart, right, I'm sure you guys can recognize a very blatant you know, sort of pattern, and I'm sure you guys can clearly see that this is obviously a very good bullish slug, especially on the weekly. So if you take a look at the weekly, right, we have a very bullish pattern which is actually playing out right now. So if you take a look at what has been happening here, right, we are obviously breaking out of this particular slanting resistance that we had like for the past few months. Oh man, this one was very hard to like crack, and finally we broke out of it. And if you take a look at this, right, I'm sure if I can zoom it, if I can zoom in right now, we are at do you see this blue line, right? So the blue line is actually the 6 simple moving average. So it's a very slow moving average, and we are above it. And if you can take a look at what happened like on the 9th of November, right, we had a bullish crossover on the simple moving averages, the red line and the blue line. So the blue line is the 6 simple moving average, while the you know, red line is the 20 simple moving average. So whenever you have like a bullish intersection whereby the smaller the slower simple moving average crosses above the fastest simple moving average, right, that really propels the price to go a little bit higher, because comparatively speaking, right, there is much more bullish momentum and much more, you know, higher price appreciation, which is expected to happen, because obviously the slower simple moving average is crossing above the larger simple moving average if you do the math, which is very, very bullish indeed. So obviously right now we are back below this particular resistance that we had on the 8th of June 2020, which was corresponding to almost 3 cents. So right now we are actually hitting our head close to the resistance. So you guys obviously know one of those you know, rules, every time you sort of bump your head into the resistance, right, you are bound to break it. So we've been doing it for the past few you know, days, for the past few hours, and right now we are actually gaining momentum like right close to this particular resistance. So that really means we are about to break out. Well, technically speaking, on the smaller time frames, right, we have broken out of this particular resistance like quite a number of times. As you can see right over here, we almost reached 4 cents, and obviously Bitcoin had to, like, you know, ruin the party, and we just had to like have this nasty retracement. But right now we are actually gathering like a lot of momentum close to the breakout area, which is very good. So if we take a look at the different oscillators that we have, right now, check this out. Take a look at the MACD, right? So this is obviously the 4-hour. Not so good, because we are sort of having like some you know, buyer exhaustion on the 4-hour, but I want you to focus on the 1 day. The 1 day is absolutely menacing right over here, because there is way too much momentum. So this just signifies that there's going to be like a breakout pretty soon. So it might not happen today, it might not happen the other day, but obviously during the next coming few days we're obviously going to see like a very decisive breakout. And if we flip over to the 1 week, right, I just want to like show you this amazing pattern, right? So this is obviously like another sort of bullish crossover on the MACD. So this is obviously signifying like some major upside which is going to be coming. So obviously if we take a look at this particular area, right, technically we weren't coming from an area of being oversold like we are right over here, right? So if you take a look at this selling pressure, right, in comparison to this particular area, right, it wasn't really that overwhelming, but technically speaking this is also a bullish crossover on the MACD. And guess what happened to the price when that particular situation happened? So when this particular situation happened right over here, check this out, boom, okay, we were at this particular area, and take a look at the simple moving average and the, you know, the simple moving average bearish curve. So it happened right over here, and guess what happened a few weeks later? We had like a crazy 400% price increment, which is pretty insane. So in comparison to what is happening right over here, and this is actually a way much more better scenario, because obviously we are coming from an area where we were fighting with the bears right over here, right? I mean, well, comparatively speaking, right over here, right, we were you know, tussling and just fighting with the bears, and it seems the bulls, you bulls, are really taking over. You bulls are really coming out victorious, which is very good. And we are just on the 2nd week of bullishness. Check this out. Well, this is the first bar, this is the second bar, and we are just beginning to gather our momentum. So that is, comparatively speaking, the same area as being around this particular area. And take a look at what happened like in the next coming, I don't know, months. There was just amazing bullish price action happening, going back and forth, and just, you know, just people making money and just being rich. So obviously 10 cents is nothing. 10 cents is literally like a 300% from now, which is very not hard to achieve, especially if you take a look at where we are coming from and where we are about to go. So this is one of the reasons why I just want people to like strap up and just be very ready for what is going to be happening. So your strategy, my strategy, is going to be buy the dips, because we are entering a full-fledged bull market. So if you just want to make money, just dollar cost average on the dips. Do not really worry about like crazy crashes and that stuff, because the price is eventually going to be bought back. And in the long run, if you keep this for like, if you keep this for like 1 year, right, you are obviously going to come out victorious and you guys are going to be doing tremendously well. So this is pretty amazing for me, and I really hope that you guys are going to be very, very patient enough, because Zilliqa is just starting. Zilliqa is just rolling its tires in order for it to like continue, you know, sort of accelerating towards the upside. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this little breakdown, and yeah, talk to you a little bit later. You already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, drop me a comment in the comment section, even though I feel like closing my comment section, because there's a lot of scammers out there. There's a lot of people who are, you know, coming up with wicked ways of just trying to steal your money. So probably I'm going to be having my comment section turned off, because I just don't want you know, some people to like end up losing their money because somebody's pretending to be me. So I'm probably going to disable the comments in the comment section below. So if you have like any comments, contributions, you can always email me. My email is going to be in the link, well, it's going to be in the description box below. So yeah, talk to you a little bit later. Happy trading and have a great time.